This is a video to show the mess that I've had to deal with wicked nitrous out of Key Largo, Florida. In July, I decided to build a direct port 2-stage nitrous system for my Dodge Dakota. I'm a frequent member at dakota-durango.com, and a site vendor, Wicked Nitrous, offered to help me with my build. After numerous messages back and forth, we agreed that I needed what I needed for the system. We decided stage 1 would be a plate and stage 2 would be direct port. Both stages would have a 200 shot at the very most. I only wanted to run a 300 shot on the motor, so either stage would be a 100 or a 200 shot. I wanted to be able to select between the two stages. I emphasized that I wanted everything. I wanted all of the small things in the kit. Heaters, gauges, bottles, window switch, progressive controller. I wanted everything to be in one kit. He told me I can get everything from him, put a kit together, and we were rolling. I had originally sent him $815 on July 22nd. I have PayPal receipts to prove this. This is for all the parts I needed for the nitrous kit. I did receive a small package from Ryan in mid-September. It contained about $50 in parts. He sent me an EGT gauge. For what? I don't know. He said he had an extra one, gave it to me for free. Great, thanks. Sent me a line, bottle bracket for one bottle, blow-off hose for one bottle, purge lines, a couple power lines, relay. I didn't ask for a blow-off valve, blow-off tube. I told him that I was not going to need these. I did not want to waste my money on them. Either way, he sent me one for one bottle. I sent him another $300 for labor. I have PayPal receipts for that too. I had to ship my intake manifold to him so he could plumb the direct port nitrous onto it. He claimed he could do all the plumbing for me and that he would mount the solenoids behind the throttle body to keep it clean and sneaky. I want a professional job. I have no experience with this, so because he told me that he could do this, I subbed it out to him. He said he gave me a deal at $300, and he said he'd get done in about a week's time. After 3 months of lying about the intake, telling me it's finished, telling me he shipped it multiple times, and promising a tracking number, I was getting very tired of it. He also told me that UPS supposedly screwed up shipping on one of the times that he shipped it, and it bent all the lines, and that somehow it ended up in Texas. I don't understand how that worked out. And somehow he had the intake shipped back to him. I believe it was all a lie. In October, I asked for my money back. He said he would refund me ASAP. After that, I didn't hear from him for a couple weeks. He wouldn't answer my calls, he wouldn't call me back. At the end of November, I called him, and I finally got a hold of him. I explained that I want my stuff back, and that I'll be in Florida to pick it up. He said the intake was boxed up without the nitrous on it, ready to ship back to me. I told him, you know what? Let's try to make this work. I gave him one last chance and to make things right, and told him let's put the intake together and I'll come back and pick it up. After driving 1,400 miles and picking up my intake, this is what I received. You can see, it looks like it's a professional job. It looks like it's very well done. Until you come back and you look a little bit closer. He was aware that this was going to be a fuel injection setup. When I try to put my fuel rails on, you can see this does not work whatsoever. Not even close. I don't know what he was thinking with that. He told me that he used Ford injectors to mock up, which I don't believe is true at all. Also, none of these lines have been connected. They're all loose. He says because he didn't know what jets to put in there, even though I told him that I'm going to be running a 200 shot. Those are all loose, so this side fell apart when I picked it up from him. These nozzles and these lines all fell off the intake after I received it. After further looking into it, I looked at all the nozzles. They're all nice and even, pointing. Well, when you look at it, how am I supposed to have nitrous going into the motor when all the nozzles are mounted backwards, pointing at the throttle body? How does a guy that sells nitrous put all of the nozzles backwards? Look again. Okay. He also sent me, he finally got me all the bottles and all the other small stuff for the kit. You can see this bottle, little scuff marks. It's obviously not new, but I'm not a picky guy. It's gonna go hidden away. Nobody will see it. This one, he supposedly dropped on his way to the car. What am I supposed to do with that? He tells me he's going to ship me a new one. We'll see how that works out. Sends me the Y line, which screws right into the bottle. But this side does not screw into where the solenoids go. What good does that do me? Sent me a couple switches, line bender. I wonder why. Looks like I'm going to need it. Jets, a couple crimp pieces. Random stuff here. Wire connectors. Oh, I wonder what all those are for. Rubber hose. Looks like he cleaned off his workbench over here. So after dealing with all of that, now I know I need to pull all this back apart and redo it. I still don't even have the missing part, the rest of the kit. I have bottle heaters that are gone, bottle brackets that aren't around, controller, window switch. All these parts I still don't have. He says he's going to ship them to me. Well, this all took about 6 months for me to get. We'll see how long that takes. Talked to Cold Fusion Nitrous about this. They said they're going to help me out. They told me that these small solenoids that came on my plate, they said those can flow up to a 300 shot. Why I would need these giant solenoids, 2 sets of them, to flow a 200 shot, I don't understand. They told me that I could run these 2 small solenoids, put 2 on the back of the intake, like I originally wanted, and I wouldn't have to have this mess blocking my fuel rails. So far that they sound like they're going to be helping me out, and things are going to get fixed. Don't buy anything from Wicked Nitrous in Key Largo, Florida. More info on this can be found at dakota-durango.com. My username is Clint282cc. You can message me and I'll show you the thread, my personal build thread for my truck, about where all the information, and you can follow along for the last 6 months on how this guy has totally screwed me over. Thanks for watching.